In this video we are going to talk about the 10 scariest houses in the world. Scariest real-life ghosts in the country can be found by anyone who watches ghost hunting or paranormal investigative shows. The Whaley House, the Winchester Mystery House, and Lizzy Bordon's Fall River home all have a reputation for terrifying tourists. Number 10. Chateau de Brissac, Maine-et-Loire, France. The giant of the Loire Valley, with 7 stories, 204 rooms, multiple picture galleries, and a private opera house seating 200 people, is France's highest castle. The Counts of Anjou built the stronghold in the 11th century, and King Louis XIII visited in 1620. The most active ghost is La Dame Verte, Green Lady, who was allegedly King Charles VII's illegitimate child, and was slain by her husband in the Château in the 15th century when he discovered her having an affair. She is frequently seen in the chapel's tower room, dressed in her green gown with gaping holes where her eyes and nose should be. She may be heard moaning around the castle when she is not startling people with her apparition. The Château is now a popular hotel that conducts special events such as a Christmas market and wine tastings from its own vineyards. Those daring enough to remain the night will be treated to elaborately adorned chambers with vintage furniture. Number 9. Monte Cristo Homestead, New South Wales, Australia. In 1876, wealthy landowner Christopher William Crawley built a late Victorian home with elaborate cast iron lattice work. It is said to be Australia's most haunted mansion. Choose one of the ghosts. There's the little boy who fell down the stairs, the maid who fell off the balcony, and the stable lad who died in a fire. The ghost of the caretaker's son, who was discovered curled up next to his mother's dead body, and chained for 40 years, is the most active. Current situation: the mansion is now a B&B that serves dinner followed by a ghost tour where guests can learn about the house's tragic past. Those who are brave enough can spend the night at the eerie mansion. Number 8. Bangor Fort, Rajasthan, India. Bangor Fort, the remnants of a 17th century fort city, consisting of fort walls, bazaars, havelis, royal residences, and several temples, with 3 great stories to explore. However, don't be misled by the magnificence of these remains. They are India's most haunted fort. The ghosts are a magician named Singhiya and a princess named Ratnavati, who turned him down. According to legend, when she tossed away the enchanted oil he hoped would make her love him, it turned into a boulder and crushed him. But not before cursing the palace and its residents, dooming them to death with no prospect of reincarnation. According to another legend, the fort was cursed by a local ascetic because its shadow overshadowed his property. And it appears that anyone attempting to construct a roof for the fort will have it collapse. Current situation: Bangor Fort, often known as the House of Ghosts, is now an archaeological site. It is possible to hire a guide to walk you around the site and tell you about its strange history. Visit during the day because the fort is locked from nightfall to sunrise, and locals believe that anyone who spends the night among the remains will never be seen again. Number 7. Myrtle Plantation, USA. The home of Myrtle's Plantation is located in the little hamlet of St. Francisville, northwest of New Orleans, and is surrounded by a 125-foot veranda. A large French crystal chandelier hangs above the stained glass entrance door, which leads into a spacious foyer. The ghosts: with 10 people murdered in the home, it's no surprise that there have been several reports of ghost sightings, the most famous of whom is Chloe, who had her ear cut off by her boyfriend. She wears a green turban and has even been photographed staring carefully at tourists in their beds. Another young child, dubbed Ghost Girl, may also be seen gazing through the house's window in a more recent photograph. A youngster bouncing on the beds, a soldier, a voodoo priestess, and the ghost of a previous owner who was shot in the chest has been heard staggering up the stairs where he died, among the other strange occurrences. Current state: despite its reputation as America's most haunted house, the estate is now a charming bed and breakfast with 12 rooms. The location also offers ghost tours, with daily trips as well as the pier and more popular evening tours. Visitors will soon be able to enjoy fresh, local cuisine at a new restaurant on site. Number 6. Dragsholm Slot, Denmark. Dragsholm Slot, or Dragsholm Castle, was built in 1215, making it one of Denmark's oldest fortresses and rumored to be Europe's most haunted castle. Parts of it were used to house noble and clerical criminals in the 16th and 17th centuries, and it was renovated in the Baroque style in 1694. The spirits, at least 100 ghosts are said to haunt the castle, including the Earl of Bothwell, Mary Queen of Scots' husband, who died as a prisoner there. The skeleton of the White Lady, whose skeleton was discovered enclosed in a wall by workmen in 1930, may also be seen strolling the hallways. The castle has been turned into a magnificent hotel with opulent suites and a Michelin-starred restaurant serving locally produced cuisine. The hotel gives a guided walk of the building's history, but for a genuinely horrifying experience, arrange a ghost tour that includes a 2-night stay, a tour of the creepy residence, and supper at the gourmet restaurant. Number 5. The Whaley House Museum, San Diego. For the offense of grand larceny, James Yankee Jim Robinson was hanged by his neck in 1852. After Thomas and Anna Whaley built a house on the site where Robinson died a few years later, Yankee Jim's ghost appeared and haunted the place. His footsteps are believed to be heard clumping around the home. Yankee Jim isn't the only ghost in town. Mr. and Mrs. Whaley, a young girl, and even the family dog have all been known to visit from beyond the dead. The Whaley House is so creepy that, according to Time, the U.S. Commerce Department categorized it as haunted in the 1960s. Take a tour of the Whaley House Museum with ghosts and gravestones, which will soon provide night tours of the house for those searching for a true thrill. For opening dates, visit the tour company's website. Number 4. House of Death, New York City, New York. Except for one brownstone on West 10th Street, Greenwich Village in New York contains some of the most desirable real estate in the world. The townhouse, dubbed the House of Death, is supposed to be haunted by the ghosts of 22 individuals who lived or died there, including a 6-year-old girl who was beaten to death by her adoptive father. However, because it is in New York City, the house has a celebrity pedigree as well. Author Mark Twain is claimed to have stayed in the residence in 1900 and still visits on occasion. Jen Bryant Bartell's book Spindrift, Spray from a Psychic Sea, which details her experiences living in the building's top-floor apartment, documents the house's haunted history. Although you won't be able to explore the interior of the building because it houses private apartments, this street is a frequent stop on New York City ghost tours like those conducted by New York Ghosts, which swings by on its citywide tour. Number 3. Winchester Mystery House, San Jose. According to folklore, the ghosts of everyone murdered by a Winchester rifle haunt the rambling Victorian mansion on a bustling boulevard in San Jose, California. That's a lot of spirits, so the house's owner, Sarah Winchester, the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune, and the founder's widow, built room after room to accommodate them. Winchester didn't just build rooms, she built a labyrinth with dead-end hallways, cut-off staircases, sloping floors, and a rabid warren of chambers. The house boasts 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 47 fireplaces, 40 stairs, 13 baths, and 9 kitchens, according to ABC News. The mansion has allowed tours for those willing to walk among the Winchester spirits since Winchester's death in 1922. For those hoping for a less frightening explanation for the house's strange construction, the podcast 99% Invisible proposed the hypothesis that Winchester simply enjoyed architecture and kept adding rooms without taking down others first. The mansion is now open for tours, with updated health and safety regulations in place. Number 2. Lizzy Bordon Bed and Amp, Breakfast, Fall River, Massachusetts. Andrew and Abby Borden were found dead in 1892, murdered by an axe-wielding psychopath. Lizzie, Andrew's daughter, was the police's top suspect. Lizzie was put on trial for the crimes and acquitted, but she lived the rest of her life with a sense of guilt. Her spirit is reported to giggle at the top of the home stairs, and she is said to haunt the Fall River, Massachusetts home where her father and stepmother were slain. The house is now a museum and bed and breakfast, with ghost cams, where devoted visitors can spend the night listening for Lizzie's ghost, the ghosts of her slain parents, or the echoes of the maid's screams after she discovered them dead in their beds. The house is open for in-person tours, and those who can't make the trip can take a virtual tour, which is just as creepy. Number 1. Villisca Axe Murder House, Villisca, Iowa. The Villisca Axe Murder House is the only attraction in the small Iowa town of Villisca, 1252. In 1912, an axe killed an entire family, including 4 children and 2 young companions, in the Whitewood constructed house. Several people were suspected, including an Iowa state legislator, but no one was ever charged. Their ghosts are claimed to haunt the mansion, yearning for vengeance. Visitors seeking a taste of the otherworldly can take excursions or stay overnight to observe what goes bump. The residence is currently operational and offers overnight stays with health and safety standards in place. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.